where do we come from? It's a question as old as humanity itself, one that has fascinated philosophers, scientists, and dreamers for generations. The answer begins with a single, extraordinary event: fertilization, a moment that marks the true beginning of every human life. A father's sperm and a mother's egg, two tiny cells, each carrying half the instructions for life, set out on a journey that will change everything. The sperm, smaller and incredibly fast, races through a challenging environment to reach the egg, which waits patiently, surrounded by its protective shell. Out of millions, only one sperm succeeds, breaking through the egg's defenses and fusing with it in a moment that locks out all others forever. This union is more than just a meeting. It's a merging of DNA from both parents, creating a unique genetic blueprint that has never existed before and will never be repeated. Instantly, a new cell forms called a zygote, packed with instructions for everything from eye color to height, and even the tiniest details that make us who we are. This single cell is the start of a remarkable transformation, holding the potential for an entire human being within its microscopic walls. With the recipe for life now complete, the cell is ready to divide and grow, multiplying rapidly as it begins to build the foundation for a new life. From this tiny, almost invisible beginning, the incredible journey of human development unfolds step by step. It's the spark of life, simple, profound, and the start of every human story, connecting us all to the miracle of existence. Let's see what happens next as this single cell embarks on its incredible journey to become a human being. After fertilization, the new cell, called a zygote, holds all the genetic instructions needed to create a unique human being. This single cell is the starting point for an incredible journey, containing DNA from both parents, which will guide every step of development. Almost immediately, the zygote gets to work, dividing into 2, then 4, then 8 cells, multiplying at a remarkable pace. Each division is precise, ensuring that every new cell carries the same genetic blueprint. These new cells remain tightly packed together, forming a solid cluster known as a morula. Though still microscopic, the morula is already bustling with activity, as cells communicate and prepare for the next transformation. As cell division continues, the morula changes shape, becoming a hollow ball called the blastocyst. The outer layer of the blastocyst will eventually form the placenta, while the inner group of cells is destined to become the embryo itself. The blastocyst then begins its journey down the fallopian tube, traveling toward the uterus. This trip takes several days, and by the end of the week, the blastocyst finally arrives at its destination. There, it implants into the thick, nutrient-rich uterine wall, a crucial milestone in early development. Successful implantation is essential for the embryo to continue growing. This vital connection allows the embryo to receive nourishment and oxygen from the mother, marking the true beginning of pregnancy and signaling the start of the next stage of life. In just 1 week, a single cell has transformed into a complex structure, ready to grow and develop even further. The changes are rapid and astonishing. The groundwork is set. Now the embryo begins to take shape, laying the foundation for all the organs and tissues that will soon emerge. With implantation complete, the inner cell mass transforms into the embryo itself, marking the true beginning of human development. Now, the real building begins, as cells rapidly divide and multiply, laying the groundwork for all future growth. The embryo organizes into 3 distinct germ layers: ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm, each with a unique destiny in forming the body. The ectoderm gives rise to the skin and the entire nervous system, including the brain, spinal cord, and nerves that will one day control every movement and sensation. The mesoderm builds the skeleton, muscles, heart, and blood vessels, providing the structure and circulation needed for life. Meanwhile, the endoderm creates the digestive tract and essential organs like the lungs and liver, which will nourish and sustain the growing body. These 3 layers set the blueprint for every organ and tissue, guiding the complex choreography of development that follows. Through a dramatic process called gastrulation, the embryo changes from a flat disc to a C-shaped form, beginning to resemble the early outline of a human. By the 8th week, the embryo is about an inch long, with a beating heart, a forming brain, and tiny limb buds that hint at arms and legs. It's already starting to look unmistakably human, with features that will soon become more defined. Next, the organs begin to take shape and function, setting the stage for the next remarkable phase of development. Now, the embryo's cells specialize, building the organs that will sustain life. The heart is first, starting as a tube that beats and pumps blood by week 3. The brain and spinal cord form from the ectoderm, with the neural tube becoming the body's command center. The lungs begin as a tiny bud branching into the complex airways needed for breathing. By the end of the 8th week, all major organs are in place, though still developing. The embryo is now called a fetus, with fingers, toes, eyes, and ears taking shape. From here, growth and refinement are the focus, preparing for life outside the womb. The foundation is set. Now the wonder of creation continues. From a single cell to a fetus with organs, human development is a marvel of nature. Each stage builds on the last, guided by a precise genetic blueprint. The heart beats, the brain forms, and the lungs prepare for that first breath, all in perfect sequence. This journey highlights the fragility and resilience of life. Every person on Earth began this way, shaped by the same intricate process. It's a story of potential, complexity, and connection. Understanding it deepens our appreciation for the miracle of life. The journey from conception to birth is one of nature's greatest achievements. It's a story worth celebrating, a testament to the wonder of being human.